playing a doctor on the TV show ER, but in real life, she almost lost her life to breast cancer because she was afraid to see a doctor. Maura was able to seek treatment in time, but it opened up her eyes to surprising things about cancer treatment that most women don't know about. Please welcome back Maura Tierney. Look at how cute and hip. Now, Maura, you know, in 2000,
my sister gave it.
Sorry. 2009, you left ER, and
No. 2009. No, I left ER in 2000. I was diagnosed with cancer in 2009.
You were diagnosed with cancer in 2009 after you left.
It was not as momentous,
Oh, okay.
so I don't remember as well.
Well, what's so interesting is you were diagnosed with breast cancer in 2009, but you have been playing. But you were afraid to seek, just go to a doctor. But you've been playing a doctor for 10 seasons.
Yeah, it didn't help.
And you were afraid to go to a doctor.
I was.
Why was that?
Well, I'm a huge hypochondriac. It's a lack of control. What if the worst happens? And then the worst denial. Exactly.
When you went to the doctor, finally, he told you you had to have a mastectomy?
Well, yeah, it's a whole long process, but I had a lump. They test it, they look, they say it looks pretty much like you have cancer.
You didn't have a lumpectomy, you had
I had a mastectomy.
A mastectomy.
Yes.
And for somebody who didn't want to go to a doctor at all, you must have been in such a panic. What did he say that convinced you?
Honestly, cosmetically, it was a cosmetic choice. A lumpectomy would have been more disfiguring for me, for my breasts, because they're small. They were small. They're bigger now. I had reconstruction. They do reconstruction at the same time they do the mastectomy.
Oh, were you in a panic? What did you feel?
Yeah, I was in a panic. I was in a panic. I was in a panic about the surgery. What happened to me was, we did the surgery. They said the margins are clear. I was very lucky. It was detected early. It hadn't spread. It wasn't in my lymph nodes. I thought I was done.
Right.
And then 10 days later, after the pathology, they were like, well, guess what?
It might have spread.
No, we're wrong. I had a different kind of cancer, HER2 positive.
Fast-moving one, right?
Right. And so they said, you're going to need chemotherapy. And that's what panicked me, even more than the cancer.
That's what you want people to understand
yes,
about.
Yes, I was so scared of the treatment, really afraid.
But then you, as you were going through this, your dad also.
Yeah, my dad too.
Cancer.
Yes.
Oh
yeah, well, he had it first, and I had it. So it's not funny at all.
With the chemotherapy, I know that you're involved in a project, and it's called the Chemotherapy Myths or Facts campaign. This is sponsored by Amgen, which they make the chemotherapy drugs.
They don't make a chemotherapy drug, I don't think.
They don't make the chemotherapy drugs.
I mean, I'm just working on, this is just about awareness, this campaign.
What do you want us most to know about chemotherapy? Because people hear about it, and that just causes that causes more of a panic than the operation.
Right.
What do you want us to know?
I mean, what I want people to know is it was not as, your life is not as restricted and impacted as I was afraid it was going to be. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different, treatment plan. But for me, I was still able to ride my bike. I was still able to go on hikes. I could have worked if I wanted to work.
Did you lose your hair?
I did lose my hair.
Was that difficult?
Yeah.
That must have been hard.
It was hard.
For an actress.
But it was hard, but it's sort of like, none of it's easy. No. It's all hard.
Let's face it.
I'm not trying to pretend that it's a walk in the
We have some
park.
people in our cast who wear wigs, so that's not the end of the world.
How did it change you? This kind of an ordeal. How did it change you?
I mean, I think that it made me ultimately have a lot more gratitude. I'm very grateful for my family. I'm very grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for medicine. I'm grateful for.
Doctor now.
Yes,
when
I
you say
go to the
something
doctor. I get checked every 6 months. Actually.
How are you now? 3 years, right?
3 years.
How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm feeling good, pretty good. I have to look for some wood, which I always knock on, but so far so good.
Great.
I'll do that.
What about work? So now that things are back on track in terms of career, where are we going to see you? I'm going to see you everywhere.
I'm going to do a little arc on The Good Wife, I think. Just
Oh, that's nice.
I don't don't know if I said the website, which people can go to,
No, you
which is
didn't.
called, it's called chemomythsorfacts.com.
Okay.
And there's lots of references there to patient support groups, National
Yeah.
Cancer Society, Stand Up to Cancer. You can hopefully get a lot of very medically based smart facts.
So we just want to, before we go, we just clear up. Your health is good, Maura.
Yes.
You're doing well.
As far as I know.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
All right, and you knocked on the wood.
And I know kind of what. Thank you.
We want to thank Maura Tierney. We'll be right back with Secret Life, the American Teenager